welcome to the Scratching Voice. We scratch the gaming itch. It is Saturday, and you know what everyone's excited for because it's Saturday evening. That means it's time for the Silly Voices Saturday crew.
Springfield.
Gotta admit, that's probably my best intro.
Yay! Smoothest and least interruptions, for sure.
I didn't flub it like I often do, which, you know, given the fact that I've been doing the show for nearly 2 years, you would have thought I'd have learned by now, but still. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the chat. So anyone who's new to the channel who doesn't know, my name is Ebac. I'm the one who runs this little party soiree. Yes,
Oh, I was just saying shindig.
Shindig. I like shindig. Shindig's a good word.
Episode something of Firefly.
great series. Problematic in some areas, but a good series.
Yes. Yes.
Good ideas. Actually, it's a good show. Just make sure that you know what you're going in for.
Yeah.
Anyway,
also, Nathan Fillion, my beloved.
Oh yes.
Not relevant, but yes.
My name's Evac, and every Saturday I get my friends together. We put our voice acting talents to various games and such. We recently finished Sea of Stars. We now started back on what is our kind of thing, which is Ace Attorney, back to Basic Investigations 2. And of course, it is time that I introduce the cast. So let me switch over to the screen, and also at the same time start the thing so that they can see what you're seeing. Welcome, everyone. I'm going to introduce, of course, Burr.
It's me.
Good. Short and sweet. Love it. And, of course, we have Divot.
It's me.
We have Drifting.
I will not continue that joke. My chair is way too comfortable for that.
Oh, yes. Someone recently upgraded to a Secret Labs, didn't they?
And it's so comfortable. I don't want to leave this chair ever.
And people doubt it whenever I suggest that brand to them.
I'm poor.
Oh.
One day.
It's fine.
Cries in poor.
I can't cry. I
Hi,
don't
poor.
have
I'm
money to
dead.
cry.
we can't afford to cry. When I was young, we were poor. We were so poor we couldn't afford to cry.
Oh, God.
We pour sand into our tear ducts and we liked it.
That sounds painful.
Back in my day, we had to make water from our tears, which was impossible.
Next is we have our token Yank, and we love them for it, Kay.
Do you actually count as a Yank?
I would. I'm American, but is Yank more specific than that?
I've always heard it in referring to Americans, even though I think the actual term is Yankee, which would be South.
Yeah, Yankee.
Yeah, but
It
I felt Yankee is the north of the Mason-Dixon line.
Oh, is it
isn't
North? Oh, okay.
No, it comes from an old Scottish word, but it just means an American. That's like all it means nowadays. It's just an American.
Yeah. Which definitely fits the term an American.
It is specifically
Yes.
northern US or New England, but it's generally a catch term for United States.
But as I say, we love you for it.
Yeah,
yes.
I had a bit here. Hang on, Mr. Edgeworth. I've just gotten a message from a Steel Samurai fan, 2000, saying you're a huge nerd too. Actually, is this true?
There's no evidence to support this. And I do the same intro every time. She's gonna get tired of it. Our woman in Japan, Laura Petal.
You doubt me, sir. You doubt me, sir. Personal news. There's been another game has finally freed itself from the shackles of Wii U purgatory. I'm gonna get Xenoblade Chronicles X. It's gonna happen. I'm really excited for that. Yay!
Yes, awesome.
Nice.
We love it. Although he's not going to be voicing Mr. Wright, Mr. Wright, Lemming Russ.
Hey, Mr. Edgeworth.
But we get him voicing the best boy, so I think that's a good exchange.
Rip it, Mr. Edgeworth.
Oh my god.
God, I love it. See, now I'm just imagining with a can of Pepsi or Coke all the time in his hand.
Yep.
For how
Or
long
big
did you
pockets
have
in
to
this here
save?
jacket.
Yeah,
He has-
for how long did you have to save to afford a fizzy drink, detective?
I was gonna say, has it got enough money for that?
You don't need to know that. That's police confidentiality.
Let's just say let's just say the vending machine in the police lobby is suspect.
You were saying with a kind
My
of
idea was that he asks he gets other cops and or people who are in jail like detention center, not for a crime necessarily, but kind of drunk tank kind of thing, to help him buy from the vending machines. That's my thought.
Close
you're
enough.
saying
It's-
with a
it's-
kind of
Yes, sorry.
saying with a can of Coke and Pepsi, and he was like, "What did 4 kids get to him?"
Oh goodness gracious.
I don't know.
I'm not allowed to drink.
Gumshoe doesn't seem like the drinking kind. I don't know. To be fair, he can't afford it. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I feel like he's definitely he feels he's got big designated driver, does not like the feeling of being intoxicated energy,
Yeah.
which I can relate to.
And finishing
If
off,
somebody supplies the car, it's all good.
finish off the cast. This in our merry band of reprobates, we have Mistropolis.
Reprobates? What? Oh, okay.
You heard him.
That's what I call us. Yeah, I include myself in that description.
Reprobates.
Let's be honest. There are worse something baits people can be referred to.
I mean, that's true.
Reprobate, affectionate.
Yeah.
I mean, didn't you and Lewis create a collab team like that during one of the Mario Golf?
Yes.
streams?
Well, we concepted a baking show where all of us all of us cooked on stream. We thought we'd call it the Master Bakers.
You know, with my
But-
last name being what it was, I'm not sure if I should be offended right here.
uh,
I mean, you could have went whole hog and just called it the Master Bakes.
Yeah.
Anyway, we've got a fucking show to do.
Do we?
Yeah.
Oh, we just sat here and shit talk for 3 hours.
I mean, we do that anyway. But
I know.
I mean, I would absolutely love to watch the Great British Master Bake Off.
just make sure you're watching the right show.
Just come round to mine on a Saturday night.
If it's pay-per-view, I'm
Oh
worried.
God.
I'm too poor for pay-per-view.
And already we're 16 minutes in, and if this was a YouTube video, we'd be demonetized. But
Probably.
To derail it-
Demonetized,
Yeah.
debunked,
Yeah, but
flung
to
off the
derail it even
internet.
further,
Yeah,
I was
that-
very,
Age
very
restricted.
old. Yeah. I was very, very old until I realized that pay-per-view does not involve paper.
so
Meanwhile-
many euphemisms later. Here we are
Yes.
in game.
here we are in game with totally not suspect ice cream seller.
Yeah.
Be-
I'll have to find my inner winners again. Take a second.
Meanwhile, I'm eating Pringles. I'm gonna try and mute myself so I'm not eating Pringles on stream.
Oh, that's the
I have a
crunch I keep
giant
hearing.
sausage
I'm
roll.
excited for dinner because I've got something nice in for dinner. So
Nice.
Enjoy your prongles.
It seems the court of public opinion has spoken very well.
Oh, the stream's open. There we go.
As I will clearly be viewed with suspicion no matter what I say, I might as well share what I know.
what do you know? What's his angle here?
90 degrees.
About 56 degrees.
Yeah.
It's a cute.
I saw them. I saw another person with a red hood.
Damn, that Jason Todd again. What?
Are you kidding?
They knocked me out with the sleeping gas and then woke up in a weird compound.
That's usually how a Batman story starts anyway. It's the person you captured in your photograph. I first noticed them just before the president's speech began. It was still raining then. The outfit was the same color as my own, which is what drew my attention. As did the laser beam that was aimed directly at the president's head.
I mean, it's very convenient that there just happened to be someone wearing another red hood.
Sir, your echo is still on.
Thank you, Matt.
Yeah.
We can hear your thoughts.
I mean, to be fair, that is internal. I imagine that is probably internally Edgeworth's thinking.
I mean, what are the chances of that happening?
Are you saying we are the other personalities inside Edgeworth?
Oh,
Who knows?
his only personality is tired. Let's be real.
True.
He's claiming there was another red-hooded person. Preposterous.
Inconceivable.
I knew that if anyone saw me dressed similarly to this individual, I could fall under suspicion myself. And so naturally, I removed my raincoat.
Objection! So not only did you see the assassin, but they were wearing exactly the same thing as you? Huh. How very convenient.
I had thought you might find it far-fetched, hence by not mentioning it until now. I know you law enforcement people are very skeptical types, you would never have believed me. Especially now that I said that the shooter was standing right next to a certain prosecutor.
Well, I know you don't mean me. I wasn't even summoned until after the shooting.
No, not you, Mr. Edgeworth. Your colleague over there. There. That one, with the snivelly voice.
That son of a bitch again.
Mm-hmm.
I unmute as I'm snacking just to get to laugh at calling Payne the son of a bitch. Okay, he is not as bad as he's not as bad as his brother. He's just kind of
he's just
Yeah,
he's just a pain in the ass.
Winston is just an asshole. You know, whereas
Gaspin was literally trying to fucking murder.
was trying to get Felix murdered. That's
okay, well, not murdered. Technically, like executed.
executed.
But, like, same fucking difference in
Same
that
thing.
specific context and country.
Can I just say, like, from this perspective, from this view, Kay's hair is huge.
Yeah.
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 Her hair is like ridiculously tall. It's kind of delightful, but it's also makes her really hard to cosplay. Speaking from experience,
Yeah,
I have her outfit, but
it makes a whole other person.
Do you think, like, in profiles or in like Edgeworth's like Sherlock-esque style mind, there's like, you know, Kay, how tall is Kay?
5'3", I believe, is the art book height, but also art book heights say that Athena's like the same height, and that's bullshit. Athena's at least 6 foot. I refuse to believe otherwise.
Do you think that there's like for like Edgeworth's like Kay Faraday 5'3", and then like in brackets including hair 5'6"? You know.
I believe that. I can absolutely 1000% believe that.
No, she's way taller than that. Look, she's the same height as Edgeworth with hair.
Actually, I believe I saw something on this recently where people were like very surprised about that Kay is canonically one of the tallest companion characters, despite being one of the youngest, which I think is weird. Yeah.
Well, she's not one. She's not. I don't think she's one of the youngest. Actually, she's 17.
True. Yeah.
And she's 17 the whole time. And Trucy is 15.
Yeah, and there's Pearl.
Then there's Pearl, but Pearl's baby.
Pearl's baby.
Is not
Pearl's
the same
baby.
category.
Yeah.
Pearl's not even.
I mean,
broken double digits.
Yeah, she's
for the entire
single.
time that you first know her.
I mean,
so.
Also, girls are experiencing sometimes really freakish growth spurt at the early puberty.
Also, I will say that as somebody who, you know, grew up as a girl and also had a like, you know, a weird growth disorder experience, idiopathic short stature, aka we can't figure out why, but you're short and we know it's a medical thing, so we're gonna try something. But like I got to 5'1", which is my current height, and I'm tiny, I'm aware. But I got that height somewhat after I like theoretically should have stopped growing. So there's also that. Like I think I got to that height age 18.
I'm just a short ass. So
yeah, well,
if you
Are you 5'1"? Are you truly a short king? No, I'm goofing around.
I am now trying to remember. I was at when I was visiting your place over that New Year's a couple of years ago now. I think you had like either the same height as myself or maybe like an inch or so more than me, and I fluctuate sort of like between the 5'6", 5'7" mark.
I always feel like I'm shorter than I actually am. I think
Yeah,
it is.
that's
true,
fair.
yeah.
I will
Yeah.
also say, heights as a species, I think our perception of heights has been like very much corrupted by media and
media.
B,
Yeah.
other things.
Yeah.
But like I was watching, I watched parts of like Duck Soup with Groucho Marx, and I was like, oh my gosh, Groucho Marx seems so short. Is he a short king like myself? And it's like I looked him up, and it's like no, he's 5'7". They just cast people who are tall around him, and that's so
Hollywood,
frustrating.
That's
Hollywood,
baby.
That's frustrating.
It is frustrating. Hollywood, look, we don't mind if someone is short or tall compared to someone else. The lead male doesn't need to be taller than that. Just stop putting the fussel out for poor for poor what's his name?
Especially that
Tom
there's
Cruise.
so many short kings in Hollywood that we don't even know they are short because they are being shown on camera like same height as everyone or taller.
Yeah,
Which really
There's a
causes
guy
issues.
who was like 5'4", who was like I was watching Psych, and it was like a big deal that he was so short. And it's like that guy's still taller than me. He can still reach all the shelves I can't. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but also there's one thing that I need to try and do when you finally visit us in UK, which is we need to get ourselves a large sort of gumshoe-like trench coat, and then you're gonna see my shoulders, and we're gonna be two gremlins in the trench coat.
Perfect.
All right, let's get back to it. You were
Let's play
voicing
the video game.
You were
Yes,
you
I
were
was
voicing,
voicing
yeah.
Pam. Yes. Huh? Me?
Yes, the photograph will prove it, I am sure. You see, right there, in front of the person with the red hood.
That's me, yes, but what exactly are you saying?
What's his end game here?
I don't know, I don't watch the Avengers. As I mentioned, I have been following your investigation with some interest, Mr. Edgeworth. Will you stop doing construction around here, for fuck's sake?
Oh, yeah.
Yikes.
And while pondering the details, I noticed something strange.
Strange? What exactly?
Come now, a man of your talent should be more than capable of spotting a contradiction such as this.
I'm afraid I don't follow.
Okay, we need you.
Sorry, I'm trying to make sure my sniffles don't come through.
That's fair, but we need you.
Yeah, I'm on my way. Hang on. The picture shows the chief prosecutor, Mr. Payne, and the shooter. But there's nothing weird about that, is there?
Think carefully. The picture was taken in the middle of the president's speech. One of the other pieces of evidence you've gathered is inconsistent with what we see here.
What is Mr. Doe talking about? Which piece of evidence is inconsistent with what's in this picture?
Shouldn't
The
the dot be
flag,
on his
the balloon.
forehead?
John?
Shouldn't the dot be on his forehead? Like, why is he aiming at Payne's shoulder?
Yeah. Yeah, you're right, because Jesper.
I was thinking about the hand. Can we see if it can be inferred on the photo that they were like left-handed or something?
I don't think that's the case. Also, we have a thing with a line that's pointing like in the right side, which the gun aiming isn't.
Yeah.
Two gunshots can be clearly heard. That's not inconsistent with the photograph. But since
I
we popped,
propose a confidence save.
you're not wrong about that. Residents going for a visit. We know that. That's not really a big deal.
Yeah.
I think it's the trajectory. If he's pointing at Payne and he's not pointing towards the balloon that's been shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, either the
I assume
trajectory
we can't
or
check the cylinder in the gun.
2 shots
Alright,
fired.
Yeah, it was 2 shots fired.
yeah.
On the left suspect, fitted with a laser sight, 2 spent bullets. Like to immediately escort person to place in case of emergency. Stay frosty. We know who might be in the audience.
I like how it says "Stay Frosty." That's a fun. I had missed that while I was speedrunning to get all the achievements.
Yeah.
But it's an interesting little localization thing, is what I was pointing out. But sorry, please continue.
It's been so long, I've
excited.
forgotten what it is.
I have an idea. May I?
You may, absolutely.
This is because I don't want to like solve the puzzle for you, but I remember the solution.
Go on.
I can point at the piece of evidence, but I want us to figure out what is inconsistent about
Go
it.
on.
It is the tape. Is the tape recording? If we examine it, we should.
On a friend's night, I'm here to mention the president partially addressed the crowd, trying to shake out the reports. My sheer force of will. High Fisherman. Yes, wants to sang his purse. He seems to be pleased with behind him. Thrusts his fish in the air. We shall crush the wicked rights of justice. Fist into the air. So there's that moment there.
Yeah.
Wicked righteous. Bang, bang.
Huh? I don't get it.
It is the tape. I just can't. I'm not seeing why. The crowd as they're trying to shake off the reports, which is climbing bottom of the will. The meeting is scheduled for just after the speech.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Let's see those photos again, because this is meant to be from Lloyd's recording, right?
That's correct.
Check
The
check
older
first-
person,
check-
yeah.
Yeah, but check the photos again. You think she'd be in the crowd? She should be in the crowd if she's getting a recording of it, right?
That's
Yeah.
correct.
Good point, actually.
No, you're absolutely right,
She's
because
not there. Yeah.
she's not there. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Take that. If one is not entirely sure why, but I think the conflicting piece of evidence is this.
God damn it.
No, we
Mr. Edgeworth?
we should have pointed
Are you
the.
sure we really want to go around presenting stuff, even if you're not sure?
Maybe it's the recording itself that you need to present.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the recording.
I don't know if this is such a good idea, sir.
Fine. I withdraw the evidence.
I think it's a little too late for that, don't you?
It's never too late.
Don't get me started on a 3 Days Grace song, please.
The picture shows Mr. Payne, the chief prosecutor, and our suspect in the red coat. The president is in the middle of his speech here. I need to think carefully about this moment in time. What is Mr. Doe talking about? Ah, of course. The tape. It contradicts the photograph.
So you have noticed at last.
What's he going on about, Mr. Edgeworth?
Someone's missing. Someone who should be here.
Huh? But who?
Who, indeed?
The person who's missing from this photograph is Tabby Lloyd. Take that.
Huh?
Miss Lloyd?
How do you figure that?
Mr. Payne's voice can clearly be heard on Miss Lloyd's tape. Considering that he was conducting a private conversation with the chief prosecutor,
time to echo this. Do I have time to echo this?
Oh, there's these two old guys standing right in front of me. They were whispering away to each other the whole darn time.
She must have been very close indeed to capture it on tape.
You're right. But she's on the picture.
Precisely. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, do you still believe that you have been hounding the right person?
Miss Lloyd, would you mind answering a few questions?
Whoa! Y'all are fixing to put me under the microscope now? Oh, all right, sure. Knock yourself out. I got nothing to hide.
Doubt.
Miss Lloyd's testimony.
But it ain't like I was standing still the whole time. No, I was running all over, roving reporter style. And I was a big old crowd. Guess the picture must have been taken while I was in one spot, and the tape's from when I was in another. So quick giving me the evil eye. It's like nothing but a misunderstanding.
There's no doubt about the voices on the tape. That was Mr. Payne and the chief prosecutor. I'm certain of it.
Abby wouldn't lie to us. I know she wouldn't. But if she did that and mean...
That she's a perp.
Oh, will y'all quit messing with me? As if I could have done something like that. Let alone me.
I might be inclined to believe you if your testimony didn't contain a glaring inconsistency.
It does? I thought it was pretty good.
Seems I have no choice but to present her with the evidence and expose the contradiction. Damn it. Where's Lloyd's testimony?
Yeah, I think it's regarding the third line. Well, like, she must have been in another place. No, because when he raised the hand up, she was literally referring that.
Let's press her on it.
Do not present your badge.
Let's show her the badge. Objection, badge.
That's a Phoenix Wright move if I've ever heard of it.
That man.
So the fact, sorry, just some realities of some things. So the fact that you are not in the picture is to be expected. Is that what you're trying to tell us?
It surely is. I caught y'all pal the prosecutors on tape while I was in one part of the crowd. And then that picture was snapped while I was off someplace else. Look at it that way, and it all makes perfect sense.
Your assertion, then, is that the picture and your recording were taken at different points in the speech.
Yep. Timing's everything. You'll learn that soon enough in this line of work.
So, if I can prove the two things did happen at the same time, her entire defense will come tumbling down.
Well, lucky us, we can.
The question is it the photograph or is it the actual recording?
I would say the recording because that
Yeah,
sounds.
I think the recording.
Yeah, the two
also-
things. So.
Yeah, I want to also say that even though we can't do anything about it, the two statements she made contradict themselves, because she said there was a huge crowd, but also she says she was zapping in and out here and there. How if there was a big crowd?
Did you see her at the
possible.
opening? She was all over the place at the opening. Hey!
Hey, over
But
here.
trust me, as
Yeah,
someone
I'm
who
over there.
gets
I'm
cut
over
out
here
from
now.
the group I'm walking with, that's entirely possible. You learned to zigzag at some point.
So before we present them, let's look at them both first. Let's see the transcript of the radio recording first.
Yeah.
And compare that to like the other evidence and see. Deliver the message. President partially addresses as Claire.
Yeah.
See the first part again. Because I think she like describes what's going on here. Don't take climb popularity ratio foster well. Okay, next. That's them two. Last one.
It's got to be the raised fist.
She's literally there.
Yeah.
His fist into the air as exam with Reese's feature pitch, and that's clearly in one of the photos. So
Which proves that she was there. So let's go. Let's.
Yeah.
do the
She's
recording,
literally
recording again.
her last name on the last page before the bangs happen.
Objection. Miss Lloyd, it's imperative for a reporter not to lie, wouldn't you say?
Oh, Edgeworth.
Well, you're damn right it is. And I don't lie.
And yet, the photograph and recording were definitely taken at the same time.
What? You can't prove that.
Oh, but I can. The evidence is right here in these pictures. This one in particular shows something that lines up precisely with when you were making your recording. What part of the picture indicates that it must have been taken at the same time as Miss Lloyd's recording? It's that...
Big, strong man with the fist in the air.
See here, the president has his fists raised.
And? What about it?
Would you be so kind as to play us the tape again?
Oh, no, see, it ain't that simple.
What if I were to tell you that you don't have a choice?
Oh, you don't make it easy, do you, Ruffles?
Remember, you're concerned with the moment the president raised his fist.
No criminal organization, no matter how big, is above the law.
The president thrusts his fist in the air. Let's examine reach his fever pitch. Oh, beans.
There! That moment right there!
Correct. We've now confirmed when it occurred in the recording.
Which means Tabby should be in the picture too.
And she is, right there for all to see. For Miss Lloyd is in fact the person with the red hood.
So you're a shooter, huh?
No, I don't even know the chicken like that.
That's right. For everything we know, the owner of the red raincoat is... It's gotta be... Yeah.
Neither of them?
No, I think it's John Doe because his blood is
John Doe?
Yeah, the blood is on there, so it's clearly his. Yeah. We have already proven that the raincoat belongs to Mr. Doe. You, Miss Lloyd, are wearing something else. Something that also happened to have a red hood.
So there were two people with red hoods all along?
Indeed. Mr. Doe's last statement was true.
Wait, but we only found one raincoat. Where's the other one?
Our ice cream seller never mentioned a raincoat, only a red hood. So tell us about your jacket again, Miss Lloyd.
It's red on the
It's
inside.
It's reversible.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh.
Clever. Very clever game.
It's redder on the inside.
Genuinely, I think the writing of and like the twists in this game are really clever, and I love them so much.
She mentioned it was reversible earlier on in the.
Exactly. Like it's a very there's a lot of it's a lot better Chekhov's gun sort of thing. Like it's the and the funny thing is the same guy who directed Dual Destinies and Spirit of Justice is the one who is in charge of this game, and that's more interesting because this game is way better, definitely Spirit of Justice, and I would argue does one specific concept way better than Dual Destinies.
What I love is if you look at it, you can clearly see the interior is red. But when she mentions it's reversible, because it's such a small detail and it's not a lot of pixel space, you're just going to assume that it's the same in the inside.
Yeah.
Also, it's so clearly visible here in high definition. On a tiny little DS screen, it's tiny little and unnoticeable.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. All right.
Huh? This something? Well, the best thing about it, like I said, is if you get mud in it and such. It's reversible, see? So you just turn it inside out of it. Ah!
Just as I thought.
The inside of her hood, it's red!
That's right. And when the incident occurred, that's the side of the hood that was visible.
What's going on here? What were you really up to, huh, pal?
Well, wait! I've never even worried that way round.
Perhaps if you would allow us to examine it, we could confirm that for ourselves.
And y'all can confirm that how exactly?
It was raining right up until the president's speech, correct? That much has been established already. And as you yourself said...
Heck, I don't use neither. Come rain, sleet, snow, or shine, it's my trusty parka every time.
If you haven't reversed your parka since the rain, then the inside should be dry.
Wait a sec now. I've got this big backpack on, you see? It's like, I can't take off a jacket. Yeah, look, maybe I could show y'all some other time?
You take an excuse that week is gonna wash with Mr. Edgeworth. Well, what are you waiting for? If you're innocent, take it off and show us.
It wasn't me. I swear. I never shot the damn president. I could never.
If that's true, Miss Lloyd, then your best option is to cooperate and tell us the truth. Is there a particular reason why you chose to wear a parka with a red hood here today?
I'm sorry, Ruffles. There's something I never told you. Something I couldn't... but I'll come clean. I promise. Just go easy on me now, you hear?
Who said that?
I know. Sorry. I know who this is. So I know who this is. So the fact he starts with "hold your horse," his first line is "hold your horses."
It's
sending
Lana,
me.
isn't it?
Is it night?
I'm pulling up the image of the fella. Where is he?
Is it night from the reference of the? What is it?
I'm pulling up
I
a
think it
picture
might
of him,
be.
and we will. And whoever wants him can, take him in, and we can shuffle him around until where is he? There, turn my trigger. There we go. This fella.
Also, how much do you want to bet that the red dot on paint is just some kind of red light for the recording being taken?
Who wants to play this character? I've got who I'd like to play the character, but I also don't want to go with... Yeah.
How important is this character to the plot?
Quite.
Quite.
I
Certainly
would
for this case.
I would love Mist to give this fella a shot. Or Divot. But
I vote Divot.
Oh well.
I also vote Divot.
Divot.
Unfortunately, David is muted.
I'm here. Hello.
Hello.
Would you like to
I
voice
was
that
muted
character?
because-
You don't have to.
Sure, let me just have a look at him. I will start
His-
with my regular voice until he has more lines and I can grasp his character more.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hold your horses. It's a little soon for the end game. Attention, duelists. Oh no. That goes for you too, Mr. Prosecutor.
Someone's a fan.
You lost this move. You lost this one the moment you made your opening move.
That's one of the men from Kay's photograph.
And oh god, the chess puns. Holy shoot.
Oh, that's the Bastian Rook, isn't it?
Guess I'd better introduce myself.
He's got
I
a
have a
gun.
gun.
Same brain cell.
He's
If
literally
lots.
if there was if there was another character who I have a gun sums up, it's Bronco Knight. And I need to talk about his name, but after he introduces himself. Go nuts, David.
Okay. The name's Bronco Knight. I'm the president's personal bodyguard. And second in command of his security detail.
Eek!
Point that thing somewhere else, pal. What the heck's wrong with you?
Sorry, can't help myself. It's just too much fun being this good.
Okay, I love that voice. Since I have the floor for a second, I need y'all to know. So the fan translation's name for him was Horace Knightley, which I do think is pretty good. And I prefer mostly because it feels a bit more like a name that someone would reasonably have, but it follows a weirdly similar pattern of sounding like the name of a adult film star. It's slightly similar to how I believe in the either fan translation or the original Japanese, there's a character named Heart Vortex in the Great Ace Attorney, but in the official localization, his name is Male Strongheart, which also has that very similar energy of like, this feels like an adult film star for a certain demographic. But Bronco Knight just feels like that.
I think they knew what they were doing.
I definitely think Janet was like, they said this one was already kind of like that. Well, just get ready for Bronco Knight.
Yeah.
Ride me all night.
And I mean, his story arc does have homoerotic themes, so I feel like it is also fitting. So yeah. Anyway.
You're not a member of law enforcement. Yes, Bert?
No, sorry, never mind. No.
Okay. You're not a member of law enforcement, so how did you get a gun?
This old girl's on loan from Zheng Fa, temporary those presidential bodyguards. Anyway, never mind that. I got 2 tidbits of news for you. You want the good or the bad first, or the ugly? Choice is yours.
You know, I do have a question for Lemming, actually.
I'm indifferent and gorgeous. Whichever you prefer.
Correct.
It's
Fire
a man
away.
right there.
Well, speaking of firing away, how poor of an idea is it to handle your gun like that?
Very.
See, he's got the worst trigger discipline I think we've ever seen from an Ace Attorney
Yeah, the fact that he's
character.
swinging it around on his finger is just like, that's a double action. It will fire.
Yeah, this is
But
Was it?
But wouldn't it fire?
We're seeing something that the even Revolver Ocelot would look at that and be like, "Yeah, time out, buddy, time out."
Yeah, the reason.
Wouldn't it? Sorry.
Go on, you first.
I was just asking about very basic revolver things. Like, wouldn't it only fire when the trigger thing is cocked back?
No, that's the difference between single and double action. The reason Revolver Ocelot can spin around and do all that cool flippy shit is because he's using a single action army. Single action, you need to cock the hammer back yourself before you fire it.
I'm
Double
still laughing
action.
at cool flippy shit.
That's what it is. That is definition.
That's a technical term. Lemming is an expert.
Yeah.
But yeah, double action revolvers, modern revolvers like the one Knight has, you don't have to pull the hammer back to get it to fire. Pulling the trigger will pull the hammer back and then let it go.
So
Thank
yeah,
you.
that's what makes
So
it
that is
him
unsafe.
very, very dangerous.
He also likes to live dangerously.
Yep. So, David, this is your line.
Okay, I was waiting. I was making sure the floor was empty.
That's fair.
Floor is yours.
Really? You're giving up the first move advantage just like that? Whatever. You lost. Guess I'll push out the first pawn then.
So you play a little chess, I take it.
With a name like that, I guess.
I love how much chess is just hammered in as a motif throughout. It feels heavy-handed, but in a way that feels very Ace Attorney. So it feels like it's on purpose as a bit.
I hope we get to some chess because then I can unveil my secret expertise.
Oh.
Like, that's a terrible move. What are you doing?
Okay, well, we have logic chess, which is not at all like real chess. It is actually the source of me making a joke when I first streamed this game that Edgeworth cannot play chess. He just thinks it's throwing chess pieces at people because Franziska taught him. Franziska taught him when he was a child, and he never actually double checked because that would happen.
That makes so much sense.
And that would absolutely be how Francisca plays chess.
Yeah, especially like little baby Franziska as she looks in the anime. It's just, like, cute.
I mean, my favorite reference to chess that I've always heard is the Doctor saying, you know, you ever wondered why I'm so good at chess? It's 'cause I have a secret move. I kick over the board.
I
At least you're not eating the pieces.
That was where my brain went. Thank you, Drifting. There's the like smart kid wondering why he's losing. Me has been eating the pieces while he's not looking. That's exactly how. Yeah.
Also, when we were visiting Edgeworth's office in one of the Ace Attorney games, we can see that he's using his chessboard to make RPG dioramas.
Also, you talking about eating chess pieces, and I'm thinking, I want a chocolate chess set that I can play with someone and then just eat as the pieces.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
Eat their pieces to assert dominance.
Yeah, don't tell them. Don't tell them it's made of chocolate.
Yeah, or like
Actually,
make it an edible chess roulette. One piece is actually made of wood.
The only
that's an amazing idea for a
problem,
product.
the only problem with that is if a pawn gets to the other side of the board, because then technically you could bring a piece back.
Yeah, I mean, I in that case you'd have like spare pieces. I mean, I imagine it. So this is if I was actually going to make this as an actual product, which of course is ridiculous. I wouldn't have it where you sell the chess set. You sell the mold to make
That's
the chocolate
exactly
chess
what I was
sets.
gonna say.
Yeah. Oh, that would be brilliant.
Anyway,
Yeah, chocolate molds.
Ah, fellow fan are you, Mr. Red Suit?
Arguably that's pink, but okay.
the name's Edgeworth, Miles Edgeworth, and you could say I dabble.
Duly
And
noted,
also that's
Edgeworth,
magenta.
Miles Edgeworth. All right, I'll start with the good news.
Yes, Bert.
That's magenta.
President's okay. Didn't suffer as much as a scratch.
He didn't? That's a relief.
Particularly for the young lady here. That means there's no longer a murder charge on the table.
That is good news, huh, Tabby?
Yeah, cause I've never.
She's
Now
she's
for
just
the
whack at this
bad
point.
news. The only reason the president's alive is because we bodyguards did our job. One of us did, anyhow. A boss. Put himself in the line of fire.
You're referring to your colleague, Mr. Rook?
Yeah, it's game over for him.
I heard his game was just started. He had a game recently released, Dragon Age.
I need to play that.
He veiled his last god.
No way!
Rook is dead. A genuine loss.
So you're saying that Tabby is...
Yep, your friend here killed my colleague, my brother in arms. I'd shut my mouth if I were you, murderer.
God, his trigger discipline's so bad.
It's
have a gun.
horrendous.
Sure. We did what we had to do. Sacrifice one of our pieces to protect the king. But to lose someone like him during a castling, it's a real shame.
I mean, this might be a model thing, but I'd like to point out that that is the same type of handgun as the one used in the murder, just without the laser.
That's good
It's a
to know.
coincidence. It's just a coincidence.
Wrestling? What does that even mean?
It's a chess term. Very simplistically speaking, it's a move where a rook switches places with the king.
And why didn't he just say so?
Because where's the fun in that, Gumshoe?
Because I have a thing.
Mr. Knight, was it?
Yeah, what?
We'll need to see the victim's body right away. And if possible, I'd like to ask the president a few questions.
Sorry, no can do.
And why not?
Oh, fuck you, that's why. That's the third piece of news. It's the piece you're gonna like the least.
It's the ugly piece.
I thought you said there were only two.
You're forgetting ugly. The National Police Force of Zhengfa will be handling things from here.
What?
You better be kidding, pal.
This investigation was assigned to us. We're not about to hand it over.
You're the Edgeworth, right? The one who solved the Yatagarasu? I can't say that. I'm from the south. The president mentioned you.
I'm honored to have warranted his attention.
Makes sense that the chief prosecutor would assign this one to you.
Wait. Did the chief assign me to appease the president?
That was a mistake. A big one. Should have given the case to somebody with a spine. You're free to take it up with President Wang. If you enjoy diplomatic incidents, that is.
Ah!
You're coming with me. We'll continue this on the presidential plane. Air Force Wang.
No, 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 no. I never did nothing. I swear.
We can do this the hard way if you like, but in Zhangfa, justice is served one way or the other.
Raffles, come on, you gotta help me out here. Please.
Miss Lloyd. She was the one in the red hood. There's no denying that now. But I can't help feeling we still don't know the whole truth behind this case.
I'm innocent. You gotta believe me.
Can I really let this happen? Is this really how it ends? The look in her eyes, the crack in her voice as she begs me to help her. This is no act by a criminal. She's genuinely scared. And if I let him take her, we'll never know what really happened.
Eek.
Huh?
What the?
It's Orla.
Get your filthy hands off the...
Quiet now. Is there really any way to greet me? Your neck has barely begun to heal and you've already forgotten who I am. I'm disappointed.
What? It's you.
So you do remember?
What do you think you're doing, pal? Put the knife down and give up. You got some nerve, pulling a stunt like this in front of a bunch of police officers.
Don't even think about it. You don't stand a chance against this guy.
Who are you really, Mr. Doe?
The kind of guy who brings a knife to a gunfight.
And win.
Let's just say that I'm no simple ice cream seller.
Guy's a pro, a hitman. His name's Shelly the Killer.
The killer?
Ellie?
There's not a legal profession in the country who doesn't know that name. An assassin capable of taking down any target, any place, any time. This isn't the first time our paths have crossed.
It's been too long, Mr. Edgeworth. But of course, this is the first time we've met face to face.
You're the assassin we've been looking for?
In a sense, yes. A certain someone did indeed hire me to carry out a contract. And that contract did indeed specify that I was to assassinate President Wang.
I swear I've seen this picture on one of my old files before, but... how could I have been so careless?
My bandage proved useful for bringing a knife into the park undetected. But I miscalculated in certain other regards. I'm bad at
Up in the
math.
hand.
He didn't bring a gun?
Now, shall we play a little game, Mr. Knight? I know how fond you are of such diversions. You watch the Saw movies, right?
Oh no.
The stakes must be high in order for it to be fun, of course. Shall we wager, say, your life?
What do you want from me?
I would like for you to allow Mr. Edgeworth to remain in charge of the case.
He what?
What are you up to, the killer?
I would simply like our mutual friend to see things through to conclusion.
Huh? But why?
For shits and giggles. Bastian Rook was a man of great skill, one with whom I felt a certain connection. It is only right that the truth behind his death be brought to light.
They were roommates.
With Mr. Rook's departure, the case is now yours to investigate, is it not, Mr. Knight? I'm simply asking you to transfer that authority to Mr. Edgeworth. It's not something worth losing your life over, surely.
You're just using the investigation excuse to get close to the president.
Am I? Really? I suppose it is certain in order for the investigation to proceed. We will need to enter the presidential plane.
You think I'm gonna let you near him? I'm his chief bodyguard.
Are you? And here I thought you were only second in command.
Rook's not around. That means I'm number one.
Wonder if you have what it takes to step into such capable shoes.
You. Of course I do. I'm the leader now. Me.
If that is indeed the case, then I would ask that you make a choice worthy of a leader. Will you needlessly throw away your life, or will you allow the investigation to continue? Your choice.
Is he really doing this to gain access to the president? Does he even need to? What is he plotting?
You have no objections, I trust, Mr. Edgeworth. Come, let us continue the investigation. I'm bored.
I love how Payne's been standing there frozen in terror for the entire time, like this.
And freeze!
It's like constantly like, ah!
Freeze! Flash dance!
What do we do, sir?
It would seem we have little choice but to do as we're told. That said, listen, detective, and listen well.
I shall say this only once.
I'll buy you some time as I investigate. Meanwhile, you gather the other officers. Have them surround the plane. Make absolutely certain that there is no way he can escape.
Yes, sir. You got it.
TBC.
Do we want-
RN.
We don't want to take a break at 8. We've already been an hour in. Do we want to continue and then take a break later, or take a break now? What do people think?
I don't give a fuck.
I
I
could
don't
use a
mind
break,
either way.
actually, so...
Okay, in that case, we'll take a break.
No.
We'll take a break early, and we'll be right back in a few minutes.
Okay,
Yeah.
TBC. AAB.
See you in a few minutes.
After these words from our sponsor.
We're not sponsored by anyone. We are back for part 2 of Settling with Voices Saturday. And we're going to continue on with Eastern Investigation 2 Prosecutors Gambit. Grip and rip it, baby. Same guys? Baby.
There's a lot of can openings.
Part 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, boy. I've also gripping and ripping open a cornetto, but that doesn't make the same noise.
Ah,
That sounds lovely. though.
I might go downstairs and get one from my freezer because of that.
With the death of Bastion Rook and the revelation that Shelley the Killer was in our midst, the case had taken a turn we could have never predicted. Mr. Knight ordered that the door to the presidential plane be opened, and the emergency personnel attending to Mr. Rook's body were asked to leave. With the scene cleared, we stepped cautiously aboard. My apologies.
You must proceed with caution.
Why are they still tending to him when he's dead?
I assume getting like autopsy report stuff, or like not actually doing autopsy, but like examining the body for any possible thing that any possible information, but also like trying to figure out burial stuff, I assume, or like funerary.
Also,
Whatever.
ouch, if there's one place that's not good to get shot, it's right there.
Yeah, that looks like
Yeah.
a very unfortunate spot to get shot.
I need y'all to know that the image of the image of him dead on the wiki is, the file name is bad guy, not bad guy, dead guy, because his name in Japanese is Guy, G-A-I. So dead
He's the
guy.
dead guy. Duh.
We already had dead man, and now we have dead guy. What a combination.
March 25th, 4:15 p.m. Zhengfa presidential plane.
No president in sight. Now, where could he be?
Who knows?
Ah, so he's hiding behind the bulkhead door over there, is he? As courageous in the face of danger as ever.
Sorry to disappoint, but did you seriously expect him to be standing here waiting to meet his assassin?
As we have already established, my interest lies only in the successful conclusion of this investigation. Now, Mr. Edgeworth, if you would be so kind as to examine the body. I think that's a different game. I'm pretty sure that's Bioshock. Would you
I'm calling it. He's in one of the suits behind the glass over there.
I thought he was already established that the president was behind the bulkhead. Just now.
He might be. He might not be.
Okay, that's true.
You back?
You back?
The rest. So my apologies. I seem to have muted my mic. My only option right now is to play along. The rest is up to you, Detective Gumshoe. God help us.
Come on, Mr. Edgeworth.
I mean, when it counts. He and that was why I brought up he had a car, because in Farewell My Turnabout he was,
Gumshoe always comes in clutch.
Exactly.
Boy.
I
So-
shouldn't be using the psychic link when I'm driving.
That's a different story altogether, sir.
Wait, are you saying Gumshoe has a Cerebro in his car?
Yes.
So the attempted assassination of the president has become the murder of a bodyguard.
Looks like you could use a little help there, Mr. Edgeworth.
Not that I need it, but yes.
That's what I thought. There's nothing else for it. Kay Faraday, great thief extraordinaire, we'll just have to take it from here.
Oh, really? You mean you're going to solve the case for me?
Nope.
I thought not.
But I will provide vital assistance. Now let's get to scouring this crime scene from top to bottom.
We tried Reston to have investigated every nook and cranny.
Yes, exactly.
It will take Detective Gumshoe a while to assemble the backup. so only to draw this part of the investigation out for as long as possible.
Oh, you can count on us, sir.
Zhengfa President will pray. Begin investigation.
Quick question: why does he have 4 Tamagotchi on his desk?
Yes.
I must scour the scene and inspect anything that catches my attention. Doesn't have quite the same ring to it.
Torso.
And we can actually examine the as Drifting called them Tamagotchis.
Yeah, they look like Tamagotchis.
We can examine that stuff. I will say, like it's something that we can. There, everything in here, I think, that is interesting can actually definitely be examined. So
the bullet seems to have entered just under his armpit and went clean through his body. He was hit in an area his bulletproof vest didn't cover.
Huh.
like it was on purpose or something, huh?
Cause of death would appear to be loss of blood. The attempts were made to stanch it, but to no avail.
I'm pretty sure that would also have done a lot of internal damage. I'm pretty sure that goes through, like, depending on the path of the bullet, that would have gone through at least the lung and maybe the heart.
Crime
Yeah,
scene.
the other thing also, too bad we don't have Shadow here, but I think it would be very hard for the bullet to go through his body with the ribcage on the way.
Crime scene notes jotted down in my organizer.
That depends on where you shoot, I guess, because there are gaps in between there. So if it's like just in between the gaps of the ribs, maybe.
Yeah,
that
there are
would
gaps,
be a
but
clean
also,
shot.
but also at this height, I think there's also the zygomatic bone that is also obstructing the way.
Well, the bullet went all the way through, so.
That's what they say. So either it's a very strong bullet, or it's just some Ace Attorney logic.
Well, I think there might be something of like distance, because like it wasn't from the crowd, it wasn't like that far. Who knows?
Or it's the amazing sniper elite 4 level kind of shooter.
Yeah.
Probably.
Anyway, the medics must have been brought in to try and save him.
Sadly, it was too little too late.
That is a weird death pose though, with like the knee up in the air.
It's the victim, Mr. Bastion Rook, bodyguard of the President of Zhengfa.
He was one of the guys that brought the president inside as soon as the shooting started.
Which means he continued to do his duty right up until his dying breath.
At least he'll get posthumously promoted.
Okay.
That's how it's pronounced.
It's better to know when to say nothing at all than to end up with your foot in your mouth.
But what do you mean?
I mean, bodyguards don't even operate on the same rank promotion system as the police in the first place.
I guess.
I love that that's his critique.
They would check his badge.
So the victim was also carrying a revolver.
Looks like he was trying to use it.
That also looked like a very poor grip, but...
He probably drew it on instinct when he felt threatened. We should check to see if he managed to fire any rounds off. All there, and no other signs of the weapon being used. Was this one on loan from Zhengfa too?
Yep, sure was. We're always issued with the same model gun.
It bothers me that thing is not used and doesn't look used.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but it bothers me.
There are 2 large rectangles cut into the floor here. I can see hinges through the gaps.
An emergency entrance disguised as an emergency exit. All the president would need to do is lower his rope ladder and make his miraculous escape.
We should make it an exit, not an entrance. So which is it?
Yes.
Yes.
It's an exit, but it's used as an entrance, but disguised as an exit. Yeah. I think.
I
Sure,
feel Edgeworth Edgeworth is such a lawful good person. He cannot imagine you can enter through the exit.
Congratulations, you've even confused yourself. That's quite the achievement.
That's not how you spell achievement, but okay. Canon
Yes.
typos, the worst.
It's a bulletproof attaché case. The bodyguards use them to shield their clients from gunfire. There was some in case photographed too. Looks like Rook and Knight each had one.
Some protection that is when the dot is straight on his forehead.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can't
I like
totally
how-
see it.
I like how it's cut here. He's like,
Yeah.
like you can't see the rest of his face.
Bulletproof attaché case data jotted down in my organizer.
Oh, hey, that's the photo I snatched.
You can hardly steal a photograph at a public event, Kay.
But I'm snatching up a moment in time with every picture I take, you know?
Sure.
I take it snatch is your new favorite word?
Well, it was that or yoink. Maybe.
Stop trying to make fetch happen. It's not gonna happen.
Well, I think that's everything.
I think so.
Let's examine things.
Apologies if anyone can hit fireworks.
2 gas masks. In case of a poison gas attack, I suppose. The president certainly seems to think he's at risk of assassination at all times.
Ooh, gas masks. I've never seen one before. I've heard plenty about them, of course.
Oh? From a fellow thief, I presume?
No, from the Jam and Ninja, you know? My favorite kids' TV show. Princess Murasaki was getting married, but toxic ninja Wolfsbane showed up to lay down some sick burns.
And time to tune out. Might save myself a brain cell or two.
A question. Why is it 2 gas masks?
I don't have a good answer to that, but I want to share something from the fan translation. That in the fan translation, Wolfsbane was called Simon Cowell. It's being a Simon Cowell joke, and he had a poison tongue.
Yeah.
Is what was described in the fan translation version of that line, which I think
That's
is
very funny.
Yeah.
Second question: why is there 8 monitors and then a plush monkey?
Well, that's
Reasons.
Yeah, good point.
We'll find that out, I'm sure.
Yeah.
A riot shield, and next to it a canary in a cage.
That is not a canary.
Good enough. Aw, she's so sweet. I want one. Did you ever see a cuter partner in crime?
Partner in crime?
Well, yeah. She could help me with lock picking, stuff like that.
No, you need a magpie for that.
A great thief has no greater ally than nature, Mr. Edgeworth.
Sadly, such birds are most commonly used for detecting poisonous gases.
That is true.
Wait, this one isn't actually for that, is it?
I hope not.
I'm afraid it is. But also, that bird is clearly some kind of genetic abomination. It's.
Yeah.
If it
it's
could
just
talk,
bird.
it would say,
It-
"Kill me!"
It's a Zhengfa canary. They're very rare.
Because of the poisonous gas, they're very rare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a solid circle. Go on.
Careful, if he observes it up close, he might start to think, I wish to make a complaint.
It's a solid circular life preserver, designed to be used in a case of emergency on the water. Or rather the sea, to be more precise.
Ooh, the sea! I love the sea. We should go sometime.
Based.
Sorry, you'll have to make that particular trip without me.
Oh, don't be like that. Come on, it'll be fun. We can have lobster rolls, ice cream, all that good stuff.
Something tells me the sea isn't the main attraction for you, is it? Besides, the last time I was on the sea, I got involved in a murder case, and then the last time I was in the air, I got involved in a murder case. I'm running out of transportation options.
I think that was a lake, but sure.
I must scour the sea and inspect anything that catches my attention.
BDGD. What the hell
I'm
does
also
that stand
curious
for?
what it stands for. These personal safety alarms are very colourful. Looks like they got a lot of use as well.
I like the president. He seems like a thoughtful guy. Buying these for his kids, maybe his wife too.
Why would they all be here if that was the case? No, these are for his own personal use.
Oh. Objection, Your Honor! It is simply not possible for one person to use this many personal alarms.
No, yes it is.
Why, you ask? Because he is human and therefore possesses only 2 hands.
With 5 fingers.
Checkmate.
Yeah.
20 hands wouldn't be enough to count the number of objections I have to that objection.
Also, there's a bullet in that vest.
There is
Yes.
indeed, yeah.
That looks heavy.
It is.
So this is what a president wears, huh? So it must be made of something super special.
Yes, to protect him from bullets.
What? So it's not just for show?
Of course not. This is a bulletproof vest.
Likely steel plate insert.
Oh, so that's what one of those looks like.
Go on. Go for your analysis.
The front is because it hasn't shattered. It's probably a steel plate.
Hmm.
Curious.
Why didn't you just say so? Now I feel silly.
Also, is that an evacuation lever?
Hmm.
Or the lever trunk?
Documents of some kind.
We could always steal a glance?
Hmm. Another security plan.
Oh yeah, like the one from the trash can.
Precisely. But wait. Something feels off. Pretty much everything is kind of different here. Spectators should be covered at all times. The president's safety is paramount. Let's compare, people.
I know with like an amphibious assault, they probably like assault on water, but I can't help but imagine just an attack of frogs.
Yeah, I mean, they could be the funky ninja frogs from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Or worse, Navy SEALs.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Hmm.
Also,
Well-
there's much more, like, there's a lot of pawns.
Not just that.
Yeah,
There's no pawns
What are
on.
pawns supposed to be anyway?
I'm guessing that's a good point. Eureka! The 2 plans are different. Was the security detail reorganized at some point?
Huh? Oh, you're right.
Yeah? Made some last minute
Yeah.
changes yesterday.
Yeah, Rook and Knight have switched places.
President's orders.
Why the urgency?
Because of what happened the day before. Killer tried to take him down. Infiltrated the security detail. Poses one of us. Rook figured it out first, but not before the guy got within striking distance of the president. If our leader hadn't stepped in just then, we'd all been out of a job. But he made it. He made it, and our friend here wound up with a seriously twisted arm. Rook put a bullet in for good measure, too.
And where were you while this was happening?
I
was being choked up.
You were the first one I overpowered, were you not?
Oh, ooh, that's embarrassing.
Yeah, it's quite cringe fail.
Shut up, kid. Have a gun.
Ah, now I get it.
Your neck has barely begun to heal and you've already forgotten who I am. I'm disappointed. Also, I refuse to echo.
It's you. I'm over waiting for one more. Busted up my neck so bad I can't even look to my right.
I was somewhat astonished to have sustained an injury at all. A testament to Mr. Rook's skill. He was truly a master of his craft. Unlike a certain someone I could mention.
I'm just as good as he ever was.
You were a pawn to his queen, my young friend.
What the heck do you know?
None ya.
So that's why
None
you're
of
a,
what?
None your business.
sorry to interrupt you. It's not the married couple, but so that's why you remember Mr. Rook's name. You admired his skills as a bodyguard.
Indeed. While I was serving on the team, I learned the names of all the operatives. But his in particular stayed with me. He joined a very short list of those who have ever successfully wounded me. Like 2 names long. One of them his.
So that's the connection he was talking about.
And that's why we changed up the security plan. Had to be sure there weren't any more assassins in the ranks. President didn't want anybody on stage he didn't trust. And he only trusts 2 people. Me and Rook.
Security plan data updated in my organizer. How does that explain your change of position?
Oh yeah, he switched over to the right-hand side.
I told you. I can't turn my neck to the right. It's only cover the president's left side. So I wound up moving to the right side of the stage.
Curious figure of a curious animal with a curious expression is staring straight at me.
Curious.
And look, there's a big lever right by its butt.
Wow.
That explains the curious expression.
Don't even think about it.
Oh, I wasn't thinking anything, I swear.
Don't. I imagine that lever opens the panels beneath my feet. I would like that to not happen.
I see. So he's standing on the trapdoor.
Do not pull the lever, Kronk. Do so and you will regret it.
You know, I'm okay with taking some advice, especially when it's from a professional killer.
Fair point.
At least it's not that man.
We can't examine the, mask thing?
Yeah, I thought that was weird, yeah. But maybe we can go and, yeah. Oh no, it's just the desk again, so yeah.
Apparently not, we're not allowed, okay?
Don't worry about it.
I do love how
Don't
Edgeworth
worry
runs,
about
by
it
the way.
thing.
Oh, Edgeworth's run is brilliant.
Yeah, it's so cute.
It's very dignified for a run.
Yeah.
I love how he jumps over hurdles.
Don't look over here.
Yeah.
And he's so quicker than any dog.
It's a bank of monitors displaying camera feeds from in and around the plane. Well, time to explore every suspicious-looking nook and cranny.
Thank you. I missed that line.
Well, one of them's broken. One of them doesn't
someone on the
have a
way.
monitor.
Something.
That's the outside of the plane.
Most intruders could not hope to approach without being spotted. But such measures would be mere child's play in my case.
Whoa, you're saying you could get past cameras like these without being seen?
Of course, with these.
No.
You
What
have
now?
to teach me how. Please. Are you taking on apprentices by any chance?
I said no.
Sorry, kid, I work alone.
You do realize who you're talking to, don't you?
Sorry. Had to ask though. What a great skill for a great thief to know.
Unfortunate for you, I'm not the type to take on their other studies. Just need to roll on that 20, it's fine.
You're not, huh? Shame.
Shame? In what way exactly?
Offended Edgeworth is one of my favorite things in the world.
These monitors are displaying the cockpit and parts of the plane's exterior. But I don't see anything out of the ordinary.
Why is there a bull with one horn?
We'll get there.
Why indeed?
We'll see.
I know,
I'm
I'm just questioning.
This monitor is playing a feed from this very room.
They didn't go cheap when they bought those, huh? Very high res.
Am I
Uh-oh.
watching myself right now?
Oh.
It's Spaceballs, isn't this?
Yeah, Spaceballs.
I'm afraid I can't quite tell myself, but
I can even see the little crow's feet around your eyes.
I have not slept in 5 weeks.
My bad.
So the bags under his eyes are more.
They're just the usual deeply etched lines, on your forehead.
They're less bags under his eyes and more
If-
rucksacks.
If you've quite finished. Earth is this?
Oh, that? Oh, nope.
No.
Not me. I saw a K.
Oh, that? It's the president's favorite plushie. It's a memento of something. Anyway, don't touch it.
Immediately touches it.
But if that's the case, then why has it been...
Left up there like nobody cared about it. Yeah, that is pretty weird.
It certainly wouldn't be the first place I would think to display a beloved item. Wait, are those shards of glass underneath it? I thought something seemed strange about this cubbyhole, but now I'm sure of it. There's almost certainly another monitor here.
But anyway, can we now fast forward the middle monitor to see what happens when we solve the crime?
That would be grand.
The present is on the other side of this door.
And what a door it is. But I could get the better of it, though.
Get
It's
to the...
adorable.
Get the better of it. Doors aren't there to be beaten.
But look how heavy it is. Look at that lock. It's just sitting there, begging me to try it.
Calm down, Kay, and think. Why might this door be locked?
For me to open it, of course.
Spoken like a true rogue.
Precisely. Precisely. For you to open it, of course. Wait, what is the right answer anyway?
That's not that.
But I also need to say, I might need to disappear because I forgot to take my meds last night and I'm getting by a huge fucking tired wave, and I'm so sorry.
Oh.
Big
It's okay.
EP.
Yeah, it's cool.
All good.
Well, let's...
I'll be able to listen no matter what. I just might not be able to do anything because I have my eyes
Yeah.
to close.
That's fair. Well, let's guess.
I didn't do it. I'm a reporter. I pack scoops, not souls.
But
That's a way
then,
of putting it.
but then why lie about your jacket and the laser sight?
That was. I just. I knew y'all think it was fishy.
Is that really all it was?
Please. You gotta believe me. I could never do something like this.
I'd like to tell you everything will be alright, but just try not to worry too much. If you really are innocent, I'll prove it, one way or another.
Just
Too
like
late.
that man.
Thanks, Chief. I believe in you.
You know what? Edgeworth has a good heart.
He does.
How many
In
times
his
must I...
office.
How,
In a jar.
how many times must I tell you I am not your chief?
Oh, sorry, Ruffles. I clean forgot you were Chief number 2.
That's not what I meant. Ugh. Ah, poor Tabby. Well, I think we've got everything, so it's time for...
Logic.
Logic.
Let's think. Well... I mean, this seems reasonable to connect.
That's a very weird trajectory to make, though. Like from his armpit through his body to like the front of the bulletproof vest.
2 bullets were fired in total. We know this because 2 shots were heard. One travelled through the flag and into the balloon. The other took Mr. Rook's life.
But there's a bullet hole in the president's S2, right? How's that possible?
How indeed. The numbers don't add up. However, there is one possible explanation.
There is?
After
the bullet
part...
went straight through. Oh, sorry.
That's right. I think you're about to
No,
get
it's
where...
just.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, Edgeworth is just getting the same conclusion.
After passing through his body, the bullet that took Mr. Rook's life then found itself lodged in the vest. In other words, 2 of our bullets were in fact 1.
It's still a weird trajectory. It bothers me.
What bothers me at
No
this
way!
point, though,
Hmm?
what bothers me at this point is though, if the killer, if the assassin had such a good aim at the forehead, why did they instead aim for the stomach?
Hmm.
It makes no sense.
That's right. If the president hadn't been wearing that vest, things could have been a lot worse.
Well,
And-
the president is standing like elevated, so
And he wasn't injured at all by the impact? Even when obstructed by a vest, a bullet can inflict serious damage.
oh yeah.
Sure, I know guys that got broken bones that way. But the president's okay. He's made strong stuff.
Sounds like he didn't even need a vest.
Let's not get carried away here. I want that bullet's ballistic markings analysed.
Let me ask you one
Remind me what
thing.
those are.
Lemming?
Lemming, I wanted to ask you one thing, if you could. Do you think a bullet from a revolver like that would have enough energy to go clean through someone's body and then also get stuck so deeply through into the bulletproof vest?
No. Personally, from what I understand, no, because that type of revolver bullet is designed for stopping power, not penetration. A rifle round would probably have the power to go through and into the person behind them. A revolver bullet, 44 Magnum for example, is designed to hit the thing it's aimed at and just punch it, rather than going through.
Thank you.
Who would have thought?
Especially if it was a hollow point.
Okay, I'm surprised you've forgotten they're like the fingerprints of a gun. Guns leave a very unique pattern on grooves on every bullet they fire. By examining these grooves, we can use them to identify which gun it came from. Think of them, as I said, as fingerprints of a sort.
You could tell all that from a bullet? Then what are we waiting for? Analyze away!
Also, I don't think Kay's ever heard before the phrase that they're bullet.
Yeah, to
fingerprints of
be
a
fair,
gun.
I don't think that was at all in Investigations 1.
Yeah.
Might be easier said than done. That bullet hit solid armor. The impact would have completely flattened it. You'll be lucky there's anything left for forensics to find.
What? But I was all set for some analyzing. When this logic chain is done, I'm gonna
Sure.
this is what I will I will
That's
listen, but I cannot keep my eyes open. Alas.
Bullet,
That's all
bulletproof
good.
vest data jotted down in my organizer.
I love y'all.
We love you too.
Oh, we love you.
You know what bothers me about the wound on Rook though?
Hmm?
It's on his right side.
Nice position and the. Yeah.
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 Like he was set on the left according to the thing on the knight's position. So why is the bullet wound on his right side?
First of all,
if he was throwing himself in front of the president, he would have had his right side exposed. I think.
I wonder, can we connect these two?
You could try.
Sounds like maybe a possible. Oh my goodness.
The two guns are exactly the same, meaning it's likely that the one we found is also from Zhengfa. Revolver data updated in my organizer. Okay, who wants to take K while K is indisposed? I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do go both Edgeworth and K.
That's fair.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking that.
But I have the killer who is vibing around here, so.
But then Laura's also got to have a look. Miss, do you want to give K a try? That's a bit beyond your wheelhouse now, maybe.
Oh, I can try. I mean, masculine voice for a female person. Let's.
Maybe you can do young. Maybe kind of do young, but like pitch it up a little bit, or pitch it down, I should say.
The bodyguards all got their guns from Zhengfa authorities, right?
Perfect.
Perfect. Absolutely perfect.
Very nice. I love it.
Yeah.
Are they like super rare or anything?
No, I don't believe so. This model isn't exactly easy to come by in this country, but it's certainly not impossible either.
Boo! And here I thought they might be valuable treasures.
Yes, it is something of a shame.
Whoa. I just mentioned treasures and you actually responded for once?
I only meant to point out that if the guns were rarer, it would be much easier to trace them. Which should have made them treasures of evidence variety, I suppose.
Ha! See, everything's a treasure hunt one way or another, including this investigation.
You could say that.
All right, then.
Everything's
It's treasure hunting time.
Go on.
On with the investigation.
You were saying, Burr?
Yeah, everything's a heist if you're not a little bitch about it.
True.
Well, she certainly seems a lot more enthusiastic all of a sudden.
Also, Miss, we don't cast on gender. Point in case
Yeah.
me voicing this guy.
Yeah, we don't cast on
Yeah.
I mean,
gender.
that's fair. 100%
and,
get that.
and I also thought that your range could do it, so
Yeah, that is fair.
I had faith in you.
You're very good at it.
Aw.
Oh, I remember that I've had very much fun voicing Norma de Plume.
Which was also amazing, by the way.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't necessarily worry about like if you don't think you got a voice for it. Like, look, it's like, look at me and Kay. Like, we've done this.
Laura, you're doing
got it.
amazingly.
Yeah, it's good.
You are doing amazingly, Laura.
We as
I got
all
approval from Kay as well, so that is
Yeah.
that is all the
Yeah.
points I need.
Yeah. That's quite enough investigating for now.
Aw.
What's taking so long, Detective?
Well, Mr. Edgeworth, have you solved the case?
No, not yet.
Is that so? Then perhaps interviewing another key witness might help you to do so.
Another witness? Who?
3 guesses.
You don't mean
The most important witness of all, the man of the other side of that door.
He really intends to have me question the president?
Yeah, for shits and giggles. Now, if you would be so kind as to summon him, Mr. Edgeworth, would you kindly?
Stop right there, the killer. You're nuts if you think I'd let me near you.
Well, Mr. President, I'm sure you're watching us through your security feed, aren't you? In which case, I politely request you show yourself. That's a Disney song. That is, if you value your bodyguard's life.
No.
Well, then. If nothing else, we now know what kind of a man you really are.
Mr. President! Stop! You can't do this. Let's all just calm down, all right?
Oh, come on, detective. Where the blazes are you? The lights! What's happening?
Listen well, Mr. Edgeworth, I would advise you to stay very still. Seems I will be not granted my audience with the President after all. Even with Mr. Knight's life as my bargaining chip.
No, stop! Yeah.
Do I really have to scream again, damn it?
Yes.
Should I substitute screams if you want to? You can just say.
It sounded like Mr. doing it in the voice of Kay, so...
Yeah.
Okay.
Was that intentional, Mr.?
That was intentional.
See?
Oh, okay.
That's why I progressed. I thought that's just funny. Kay! You won't get away with this, Tequila.
I have seen enough, and now I know the truth.
Where are you? Where did you go?
Not cutting my Joe. I leave the rest in your capable hands, Mr. Edgeworth.
Mr. Edgeworth.
Edgeworth!
Detective Gumshoe!
Sir! Mr. Edgeworth, sir! Wake up!
He's dead on the floor.
This is where they're dead with emoji is
March
from.
25th. It's 45
I'm
p.m.
I'm pretty sure it's also in Investigations 1 when he's on the floor of the plane.
Zheng presidential plane. I must have been knocked unconscious.
There we go. Sir! You're okay!
Are you okay, Mr. Edgeworth?
Never mind me. He didn't hurt you, did he, Kay?
Nah, I'm fine. I just woke up myself. Oh, my head will be sore for a while, that's about it. So you can stop worrying.
Detective, did you manage to stop the killer?
No.
We'll see. Miss Lloyd came running out of the plane and, she told us he'd flown the coop. We were too late. I'm sorry, sir. Bodyguard over there told us something too. Seemed there's an inflatable boat missing from the window. The killer must have stolen it and rowed himself across the lake.
With one arm?
What about the cordon around the park?
I called everyone back in to stake out the plane, including the guy stationed across the water.
No. So he's completely slipped through our fingers?
Not the best look for the department, but yeah.
Hey, Edgeworth.
Mr. Knight? You're alive.
Yeah, no thanks to that murderer.
Oh, that reminds me. I found this lying on the ground next to you, Mr. Edgeworth.
A calling card. Marked with a seashell.
Guess he wanted to leave a message. Beep.
Calling card data jotted down in my organizer. The killer usually leaves these next to the bodies of his victims.
But you're not dead, sir.
But I could have been. Maybe that's the message.
I'm pretty sure you're dead inside, Edgeworth.
You're dead to him.
I can't stop thinking about his parting words.
Is Mr. Edgeworth a zombie?
I have seen enough, and now I know the truth. I leave the rest in your capable hands, Mr. Edgeworth. You're probably a zombie.
And now I know the truth. The truth about what?
Sorry. I know, I'm here.
All good.
Roger that. All clear out here, so you're over.
Hmm? What's going on?
That was the president. He's coming in.
Now?
I'm gay.
The fuck?
Because he's coming
honest-
out.
Yeah, that's
To
one
be
way
honest,
to
my
come out.
mind was about to make that joke. To be honest with you, I held myself back, but Burr just went, "Nope, chips all in. We're going."
Yep. I'm like, wow. The guy's name is Wang is coming out. Okay.
Oh my god!
I'm pretty sure the stream is crunching because of that.
I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry, sir. I already have a husband.
I knew it was a mistake to come to this country.
You said you think about it.
All the best ones are taken.
So he's the president of Zhengfa, Mr. Ji Dijuan.
And you are?
It's an honor to meet you, Mr. President. My name is Miles Edgeworth.
Counterhand. The honor is all mine, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm Dijon Wan. Your efforts on behalf of Zhangfa have not gone unnoticed. You averted something of a crisis.
You must be referring to the Etagaratsu case. Thank you, sir. But all I did was solve a few local cases of murder.
You are too humble. I've been observing your investigation with mild interest. You are an impressive operator, Mr. Edgeworth, even if the killer did get away.
That's very kind of you to say. So he was watching through the security feed.
Sadly, I must inform you that this is as far as your investigation goes.
Huh? What do you mean?
Hear me, foolish prosecutor, for I shall say dirty wets. Knight has appraised me on the state of affairs, and from this point forward, the case shall be handled by Zhangfa's police force, the finest in the world.
Even with the killer, sorry, this is the wrong comedy show. Even with the killer out of the picture, they're still looking to get me thrown off the case.
What do you think you're doing, pal? Nobody talks to Mr. Edgeworth like that. Not even the president. If it hadn't been for him, the killer would have.
Yes.
Like,
You
nobody would talk to
stupid
I'm saying nobody talks to a fucking president of a whole country that way. Gumshoe.
Well, I'm not from that
Like-
country.
Also, how important can he be? He doesn't have any eyebrows.
Thank God he didn't. Thank God he didn't try to
Damn.
international
Look
relations, Gummy.
look at his hair. He's
Sorry-
already
sorry-
in his Super Saiyan
sorry,
3
let-
mode.
Let Laura speak.
I was just saying, thank God you didn't trade in international relations, Gummy.
My job.
Detective. Forgive him, Mr. President. But I must confess to being somewhat confused. I fail to see how or why this case falls within Zhengfa's jurisdiction.
You fail to see. Enough, puny prosecutor. You see an explanation from a head of state? I said no. 1,000 times no. I will not explain myself to you.
They say, nee!
Neat. Now hand over the evidence you have gathered and remove yourselves from the plane while it's still on the ground.
I'd do as you said if I were you, Edgeworth.
Gosh. This can't really be the end of the line, can it?
That would be a short game if it was.
Case evidence handed to Mr. Knight.
Game over.
Why? Why let us come so far and to pull the case out from under us?
Now you may leave. Knight, detain the suspect.
Yes, sir, right away.
To make an attempt on my life, to murder one of my faithful servants. The effrontery, the villainy.
I didn't murder nobody. 'Cause
Shut your mouth, Miss Journalist.
Answer me this. In a world already lousy with lies, with deception, with sin and iniquity, can we stand by and suffer yet another crime to go unpunished? I say no, 1,000 times no. I'm actually pointing my finger. There can be no forgiveness. There can be no surrender. Why, you ask me? Then I'll tell you.
He's hiding something. I'm certain of it. If I leave now, we'll never know the truth.
Mr. Edgeworth, sir!
Mr. Edgeworth, there must gotta be something we can do.
Think, Miles, remember. How many times have you faced situations like this in the courtroom? Confront the lies of the witnesses and counter the arguments of other lawyers. Has the critical evidence always been laid out at your feet? No. And yet you always got to the truth situation in the end. With your greatest weapon of all, your words.
Oh, so apparently only in investigations the prosecutors count as lawyers.
Now, let us analyse the state of play.
Beyond your thought? Or do I dare defy? Or do you dare defy the direct order of the president?
Oh, go build your wall.
Wow.
And Edgeworth will pay for it.
He's not going to listen. It clearly means to drown out any objection by means of pure rhetorical force. When an opponent is on the offensive, the best thing I can do is bide my time and wait for an opening. As he said himself, he's a head of state, a seasoned politician. He won't open himself up to attack easily.
That's a lie.
I can't let him bully me into submission. I have to stay calm and alert.
I'm sorry, I feel like I have to do one thing in a minute, but go on.
If I can read his movements and expressions correctly, I may be able to find my moment. My first aim should be to find out why he's insisting on Zheng Fa taking over the case. The board is set. Time to make my opening gambit. Yes, Mist?
Just trying to think of a good line to say.
Okay.
Mind chess, commence!
Please, about the case.
You can give me permission to speak. No! 1,000 times no! I am the leader of Zheng Fa. I have no time for insolent backchat.
I am the leader of Zheng Fa.
No, don't offend this poor Zheng Fa president like that. That's rude.
I am the leader of Zheng Fa. My police.
No.
My police force is some of the best. I have the best police force. They're gonna take care of it.
I have the best police force.
I was simply hoping to confirm one basic fact. You say that the investigation will now be assigned to your national police force? The best police force, as you say?
You're killing me tonight, gang. Please.
Now enough of your pointless questions.
Also, the whole thing he has of like the 1,000 times no just makes me think of the Mieta meme. Jail for prosecutor for 1,000 years.
Good boy. Now sit. Get back. Did you just play this the sovereign territory of Zhangfa? You have no rights here, Cat of the Grey.
Is that so? Could it be that our current location itself is significant somehow? I should keep that in mind. It could be a useful clue. Could you at least explain to me why I'm off the case?
Imbecile! Cease your insolent jabbering and try to concentrate. I need not explain myself to you. My reasons are my own. They're none of your concern.
Perhaps it's time to employ my clue.
Blues clues.
Blue Skidoo, we can too.
In the course of our conversation, I deduced certain facts from your behavior, Mr. President. For example, you seem particularly aggressive when discussing our current location, Horn, tonight.
You smarmy smart aleck.
As you said yourself, the presidential plane is the sovereign territory of Zhengfa, and from that we can infer that you believe the rules of extraterritoriality apply inside here. Is that correct?
You know, cease your objectionable whining.
Whining? I'm not whining, I'm complaining.
You can rant and roar you like, but you won't escape my scrutiny. It was unmistakable. The moment I mentioned extraterritoriality, you became visibly agitated.
Talk to the hand. You think you're clever, don't you? Let me answer your little question. It's true! Extraterritoriality applies! Your laws mean nothing here! And? What does that matter, you ask? It matters because it means you are powerless. You have neither influence nor authority here.
Interesting. Go on.
So now I'm imagining another previous US president trying to pronounce this word. Well, yes, I imagine that extra teriyaki does apply here. I don't even like teriyaki.
Oh, I'd love some extra teriyaki right now.
Interesting. So the extraterritoriality issue does have something to do with all of this. Let's dig a little deeper into the claim that the plane is sovereign territory, shall we? This next move will surely decide the victor. Maybe the president, but nobody is untouchable, and I have to find the right angle of attack. Surely you see that you have overplayed your hand.
No one asked for your opinion. You need only obey me, nothing else. You dare tell me how to govern? How to lead? You dare contradict me?
On the matter of Miss Lloyd's guilt, yes, I do.
No, she is guilty. She is the culprit. There's nothing left to debate. Who else could have fired from outside the plane? There's no other viable suspect.
Fascinating. So he's claiming that Miss Lloyd fired at him from outside the plane. This could be a vital clue. Time to engage my trap. You believe that extraterritoriality applies here, but can you prove it?
You've activated my trap card.
Do you even understand what you're asking?
Of course. If I didn't, I wouldn't ask.
Have you no shame? Calling into question the good word of one such as myself?
It would be so like Edgeworth to apply Yu-Gi-Oh! Rules to a chess game.
I have no more time for this. You clearly cannot be saved from your own foolishness.
You needn't worry
I
about
had my whip.
you needn't worry about me. I'm not the one who needs saving. But that would be Miss Lloyd, the one who is being wrongfully accused of this crime.
Your chivalry is admirable, but it changes nothing. Your right to extraterritoriality cannot be denied. This is Sparta!
That must be a Sparta reference, yeah.
I was gonna say, like beforehand, you said this is blasphemy, this is madness.
Hook, line, and sinker. Oh dear. Oh dear, dear, dear. I may not be able to call the extraterritoriality of the presidential plane into doubt. However, according to you, she shot at you from outside the aircraft, correct? In which case, extraterritoriality could not possibly apply in this case. Your assertion is entirely without merit. The attainment of Miss Lloyd cannot be justified.
Yeah. How could I have bested by me a prosecutor when I'm the president? A president!
Huh. Checkmate.
As we have seen many times before, the president can also be a dumbass.
Now, I trust you wouldn't mind if we continue our investigation now, Mr. President?
I hereby, officially, and unreservedly, confirm my approval. Consider it a gesture of magnanimity and generosity, for which my good office is known. Yes, for without noble something or other, unmistakably and irrefutably, for which reason we hereby... There can be no other outcome, for our goals are lofty and our hearts... People of Shangfa, I swear to you here now, this investigation will continue.
All that when he could have just said, okay, you got me?
That's politicians for you.
Mr. Knight, if you would care to return the evidence...
Here, take it.
Case evidence retrieved from Mr. Knight.
Ha! We did it, Mr. Edgeworth.
Being hot potatoed around the room.
We sure did. And now the investigation can continue.
Whatever. Enjoy your pocket full of porns. I'll be over here enjoying Hamlet. How you put them into play.
You stop wielding
I thought
that
it said
power, maniac.
I thought it said bronze.
Then you will definitely enjoy my next move. Mr. President, one more favor if you would be so kind.
What is it?
Could you please give us your testimony concerning the incident itself?
Now you want me to testify?
Testify, brother.
Whoa. That's your next move? If you want the president to testify, you'll have to take it to court.
All in good time, Mr. Knight. He will get his day in court soon enough. But if a person of interest refuses to cooperate at the investigation stage of the process, they're obliged to provide a detailed justification as to their reasons for doing so.
That's...
What's the matter? Is there something you'd rather we didn't know?
I was hoping you're gonna say that you're gonna get him pronounced guilty of all 34 charges. Stand down, Knight. I'll do as the prosecutor asks.
Thank you for your cooperation.
Now listen, and listen well. For I shall only see it once.
President Wang's testimony.
Where was I when the incident occurred? The stage, of course. Suddenly, Rookie Knight jumped in front of me. Then bang! A shot rang out, and a plain, unblemished balloon of red exploded nearby. not hesitated for an instant. My bodyguard tried to escort me back to the safety of the plane. And then, the second shot. The bullet went right through Rook and lodged himself in a bulletproof vest I was wearing.
I guess if you look at it one way, the president is also a victim here.
Yes, the victim of an attempted assassination. Rook was simply the wrong place at the wrong time.
But that makes it even weirder. Why would the target of the crime try to obstruct the investigation?
My guess is that there's something behind all this that he doesn't want made public.
Cover up, huh? I knew there was more to this case than meets the eye.
And the president isn't the only one who knows the truth. Isn't that right, Mr. Knight? Time to get to the bottom of this once for all. Detective, roll out!
Maybe this plane is a transformer.
I do love to believe that they're just huddled together when they're talking about that. Just like in a corner. All three of them.
Yeah. Like in an American football match. Like, hut.
Yes.
President Wang's testimony.
Gumshoe 42. Gumshoe 42. Hut.
Rumble.
Hike.
Well...
It's about the balloon, isn't it?
Yeah. The balloon of red.
Yeah, it's about a balloon.
Plain unblemished. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Very plain.
Wrong balloon.
Objection! You said it was a plain red balloon that burst, but I strongly beg to differ. Take a look at this. I think you'd agree that it's hardly plain, wouldn't you?
No!
What's that facial expression?
Who's that?
Mr. President, meet the Steel Samurai, Neo Warrior of Old Tokyo. Or Warrior Neo Tokyo, what?
Yes.
That's the one.
Warrior of Neo Tokyo.
Thank you. I would have hoped you might recognize him.
And just like, oh yes, I get to talk about him. Yay!
Yes. I can talk about him. I'm getting so nervous. Especially if you were hoping to ingratiate yourself with the people of this country. He's a cultural icon.
Yeah, you need to watch the Jammin' Ninja too. He's amazing.
Not as good, but still serviceable. So you see, the balloon that was struck by the bullet was anything but plain. It was, in fact, of the Steel Samurai.
Edgeworth yelled like, yay, I get to talk about my blorbo.
What? But Bridgie mentioned 2 plain red balloons.
So you
There they are, right on the security.
Huh. They do look pretty plain, don't they? Just simple round balloons.
Knight, what is the meaning of this? Explain yourself.
Yes, Mr. President. Seems the Steel Samurai balloon was borrowed at the last minute, sir.
Borrowed? Oh, why do I have a feeling there's a butts behind this?
That's what we were told. Guess they only reported the incident to us bodyguards, though. Seems there was a little trouble here on site last night. One of the original balloons somehow burst.
So they swapped it in as an emergency replacement?
Yeah. One of the stall hoppers happened to have it. What I heard, he was more than willing to let it out. A very happy-go-lucky kind of guy, they said.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
A happy-go-lucky storeholder with a Steel Samurai balloon to spare. Ha.
When something smells.
They filled just the bottom part of it there to make it look like the other ornamental balloon. That's many seas
That's
of thick.
considered a torture.
Wow.
Many seas of thick.
So while it was the Steel Samurai balloon, it was made to look like a plain red one above the water.
Extra thick.
Is that the long and the short of it?
I think you got that bottom heavy.
Yeah, that's the thick of it. Why was I not informed of this?
I mean, everyone knows the Steel Samurai's got cake.
Apparently. He's also being waterboarded currently. That's beside the point.
Yeah, he's got a whole bakery.
Sorry, sir. Didn't think it was a present issue.
And indeed, you saw it and knew no different, correct?
Yes, I suppose so.
Could he really have mistaken the Steel Samurai's pants for a plain red balloon? Like ours, he could. Still, Mr. President, I struggle to see how you wouldn't have noticed something different about the balloon.
Well, I'm legally blind. Of course.
What was that outburst for?
Now I remember.
He's secretly Raul Julia.
Of course!
I could barely see the balloon.
You couldn't see it?
Huh?
But since someone set up Rose Julia, once I came to your country, it must have been a wonderful, life-changing day for you. But for me, it was a Tuesday.
But it's Saturday.
Semantics.
Irrelevant.
Irrelevant. But that's right. The wind was blowing too hard. The flags to the side of the stage were flapping incessantly and blocking my view.
Is that so?
It seems unlikely.
Yes, those two flags.
No.
They were being blown back towards me.
No.
There would have been a strong wind blowing right around the time of the incident. Strong enough to blow the flags in just such a fashion. But does that conflict in any way with our understanding of the case?
Yes.
Absolutely it does. Thank you, Mr. President. Your testimony has revealed yet another contradiction.
Has?
Yes, a contradiction that could turn this entire case on its head.
Sorry, Edgeworth, you might have to clear this one up with me too.
When I arrived on the scene, the wind had died down and the flags were resting calmly for the most part. But if the wind had previously been blowing the flags, as the President describes, a certain piece of evidence suddenly takes on a very different meaning.
The location of the killer.
Well, not just that. Which piece of evidence contradicts the stated conditions at the stage at the time of the incident.
We have a flag with a hole in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, if the flag's positioning was different, then it alters where the killer would have been standing entirely.
Yeah, because the killer must have been standing on stage then.
Take that! Earlier, we deduced that the bullet that struck the steel... I'm going to repeat the entire sentence because I'd prefer to get it right. Earlier, we deduced...
Earlier, we deducted money from
Yeah,
Gumshoe's salary again.
Yeah, sorry, I'm getting confused with deducting a certain salary evaluation. Speaking of which, Gumshoe, you do recall that you did fail to catch the killer.
But that wasn't my job.
Yes,
Well-
it was.
We'll discuss it. We'll discuss it at your next salary evaluation.
Can I ask Mr. Wright to sit in with me?
No. Earlier, we deduced that the bullet that struck the Steel Samurai balloon
Can I phone a friend?
and the bullet that passed through the flag were one and the same. From these two things, we further deduced that the trajectory the bullet must have taken from the crowd, as you see here, and we concluded that our shooter must have fired from the left side of the spectator area. But if the flags were blowing as the President describes, our conclusion becomes quite different.
No way! If the flags are pointed in the other direction...
Exactly. Our trajectory changes completely. And if we trace that trajectory back to its source, we can ascertain who really fired that shot.
The President.
Wait, but Mr. Edgeworth, that would mean...
Yes, I know. We may not yet understand the reason why, but it could only have been one person who did it. Who does the bullet's new trajectory implicate as the one that fired the shots?
Not me.
No, Dick Gumshoe, actually. No, but it's Knight.
Yeah.
Bronco Knight.
Take that. The person who fired the shot was none other than you, Mr. Knight.
What?
If I had a penny for every time that Divot's character had been implicated as the criminal in the first case investigations game, I'd have 2 pennies.
Which isn't a lot, but it'll weird that happened twice.
Indeed. The path from the balloon back through the flag leads directly to the spot where you were standing.
I just wanted to point out that there are 2 investigations game, so there are 2 first cases, and in both, David is suspected. So
Well,
it's 100%. It's 100% track record.
Bullet trajectory data updated in my organizer.
We're about 50% on him being French, though, so we're working on those odds.
But the guy's one of the president's bodyguards. Why
Quickly
the hell
turn
did he
Knight
go
to
around
French.
shooting balloons?
This is absurd. What exactly are you trying to imply? Not Mr. Knight, the man who saved my life countless times, is French?
Not quite. Not quite, sir. Try again.
Is my would-be assassin?
That's all I think, yeah.
Is French? Change. Is my would-be assassin?
Sir, Edgeworth, we put up with a lot more from you, but see.
Oh God, he is French.
Oh no.
Is it happening? Is it happening?
His voice is slipping.
We are President Wang's bodyguards when the PC's put on the boat to protect the king.
Oh, God.
Okay, I had to come in here after that because also I am now able to keep my eyes open in a way that was not before, so I can take Kay back. But also, as Divot started slipping French, it's just like it's literal because it's the same thing. It's the first case.
That's what we're checking.
There was no slip, Zeke. I did this on purpose.
Okay, but God, I also just have been extremely enjoying the jokes as I got the energy to keep my eyes open again. Thank you, gang, for letting me just.
Yeah.
I forgot my ADHD meds.
Meanwhile, hot potato K,
Mistakes
go.
were made. Yes.
Okay,
Take
they've
the
been
grab
trying
with
to
her,
kill
yes.
me.
I'll handle this, Monsieur Knight.
Monsieur Knight.
What country are they from again?
Suddenly, French.
Oh God.
Insert French joke here.
Give me a second. I've just sent you a message, Divot.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, go for it. I'll do a repeat the line, Bud, just in case.
I'll handle this, Monsieur Knight.
Sorry, sir.
Mr. Edgeworth, the wind was indeed blowing quite fiercely around the time of my speech. But the wind can pick up and die away in an instant, can it not? I finally proof that it was blowing hard enough to lift the flags during a crucial moment.
The first shot was fired right around the time the president raised his fist. I have a piece of evidence that shows just that. Perhaps it can also show us what is happening with the flag then too. How did we miss it? Potentially. Is there anything in here which can prove it?
Go a little more for the photos, please.
There's the flag!
There it is.
Yeah, there's a flag.
Right next to
Yay.
Oh,
Right
it's
next to
myself.
Knight.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, that's
And Rook. And you can't see the hand in that shot either.
take that. Your proof is in this picture right here.
That's not very echoey.
You're still in your inside voice.
There you go.
This should be good. Which picture? Where?
I know I tell people to use their inside voices a lot, but that's a little bit too much.
We can see which way the flag was really blowing right here. Well, do you deny that it clearly shows the flag? There we have it. Proof that it was blowing towards you at the moment of the shooting.
So that means our pal over there did shoot the balloon.
Making him the assassin?
No.
You're arrested for trying to assassinate the Steel Samurai.
True.
Mr. Knight is not the assassin. He may have shot the balloon, but the president was on the other side of him entirely.
The
Therefore,
side he can turn to.
yeah, exactly. Therefore, he can't have been aiming at his boss.
Oui. Besides, why would I even shoot the balloon? What was the point? And watch how you answer. I might aim for something else next time.
There was a point, I'm sure of it. If I can't figure out what it was, perhaps I can finally put this whole conundrum to rest.
There was a point. I'm sure of it. Having conversations with ADHD people and losing what you started we're talking about.
Yeah.
Where was I going with this? I had a point.
Knight definitely shot the balloon. That fact alone changes everything about this case.
Also, you want to know something else? For someone who can't turn his head back to the right side, he
Yeah.
does use his gun on the right side, so he's not even looking at what he's doing. And I don't know if that makes his handling of the gun better or worse.
Why did Knight's assigned position change?
I told you. Can't turn my neck to the right. Can only cover the president's left side. So I want him moving to the right side of the state.
But is that the only reason? Let us suppose.
I know how you.
Go on.
I just love how David's doing the reminiscence of that line back when I was still pretending he's not French.
So I sent a suggestion to Divot about how to play Knight going forward. Let's see if people can pick up on it. Let us suppose that the plan hadn't changed, that Knight had remained posted on the left. Given that he was unable to turn his head to the right, would he even have been able to? Would he even have been able to shoot the balloon closest to him? Hmm?
I think I know. It's Cajun French. It's the knight who's the Prosecutors Gambit.
Could it be that the security plan was changed for the express purposes of popping one of the balloons? And if we suppose that to be the case, the two plans are different. Was the security detail reorganized at some point?
Yeah. We made some last minute changes yesterday. President's orders.
That's right. The president was the one who ordered the change.
He ordered his own assassination or a cover-up for it?
If I'm reading things right, the president knew in advance about the balloon shooting, which means he must have had foreknowledge he would be in someone's crosshairs today as well. And if that's true, then everything else that's been bothering me falls neatly into place. How did the shooter get a gun past such heavy security? And why would they then carry out the shooting wearing such a conspicuous item of clothing? Why use a laser sight that would give away the location in an instant? And how did the president suffer no injuries at all, despite a direct hit to his vest? These are the questions that Knight and the president don't want us to consider. There's only one possible reason for Mr. Knight to have fired his gun. To create the illusion of an assassination attempt.
Huh?
Idiot. You do understand what you're saying?
Oh, I understand all too well. I understand everything now. Most of all, I understand why you were so keen to take this investigation off my hands, Mr. President. You wanted your real plans to remain hidden.
How dare you speak to me that way? I almost lost an ear. Is this some sort of sick joke?
Oh, it's no joke, I assure you. Unlike your presidency. It is simply the truth, as revealed by the careful application of logic and reasoning. Nothing
My
more.
2 superpowers.
The first shot was fired by Mr. Knight with the specific intention of hitting that balloon. The sound of gunfire and the bursting of the balloon were guaranteed to cause a panic. And then he fired again.
He did?
Yes, he fired 2 bullets, both of which were aimed at the balloon. As for why he did so, it's because the second shot was designed to create the impression that the president had been hit.
So then, what's the deal with the one in the vest?
I'm willing to bet that bullet was planted there long before the shooting ever occurred.
So Mr. Heroic President didn't take a bullet after all.
I took all the best bullets. I tell you. They're all true. They're the best bullets. That's not true. I was shot. I tell you.
We'll be able to verify that for ourselves once we take a closer look at the bullet. At the very least, we can expect to find traces of Mr. Rook's blood on it, correct?
But you said yourself. You found a shoe in a photograph. Person with a red hood.
Objection! I thought I made myself clear. The trajectory points to only one possible shooter, Mr. Knight.
Then where does Tammy fit into all this?
She was simply one part of their plan. In order to place suspicion elsewhere, they set about creating a fake assassin. A highly... no, it's Kay's line.
Oh, the highly suspicious person with the red hood.
I've yet to ascertain exactly how complicit Miss Lloyd was in the whole scheme, but I can say with some confidence that none of the shots were fired by her. I suspect her only job was to point a laser sight at the president.
That's right! And then I was...
Tasked with turning your jacket inside out the moment the crowd flew into a panic, yes. Thus making the mysterious red-hooded shooter disappear in the blink of an eye. Then, when the gun and security plan were later found in the trash can, it would have all appeared to have been the work of an assassin so skilled they could vanish into thin air.
But then the case would have gone cold.
Exactly what our friends here were hoping for.
Oh, makes sense now why they wanted you off the case. Sorry, I thought that's it. Yeah.
That's right. Indeed, because the entire affair was a cheap ruse perpetrated by the president himself.
Cheap?
I knew it was gonna deflate. I just knew it.
Oh my god.
I need more Botox, quickly. No.
The president's mask, the presidential mask, has well and truly slipped. Admit it. The entire assassination was a lie, wasn't it?
How could I let this happen?
Objection.
That's enough, Edgeworth.
Mr. Knight!
Sorry, but I'm speaking with the president right now.
Let the adults talk.
Yeah, well, I'm doing my job as a knight of protecting my king.
Not very good. He's just taking all the bullets out.
Guess he wants to show off his sick moves.
So go ahead. Keep running your math.
Perhaps it'd be better if we stuck to threatening each other with words?
He wouldn't. Would he?
Oh, he would.
Nah, I don't need this thing to shut you up. All right, my move. Question. You claim I fired my gun from on stage. How did you figure I did that in front of a crowd of thousands?
An excellent point. Time for my counter move, I suppose. But a certain something that allowed you to conceal your actions.
The suitcase.
A certain something here. Mighty specific.
At least it's not a homing missile suitcase.
What did Knight use to hide his actions from the crowd?
Yeah, it just proves that Knight isn't, Agent 47.
Yeah. Take that.
Mad that you kiss?
Your accent seems to be slipping, Mr. Knight. Yes. Take a look at Kay's photograph. Your right hand is
Look at this photograph.
Your right hand is completely obscured by the case. At the very moment this picture was taken, you are firing your gun. And in such a way that you wouldn't be detected.
Objection.
You don't like to let facts get in the way of a good theory, do you, Edgeworth? Shame we don't seem to have noticed.
Noticed what?
The theories are all you have. Conjectures, nothing more. The flag was billowing in the wind at precisely the right moment. I had my go in my hat, that you guess? We changed the security plan because I couldn't turn my head. It's all just speculation. Circumstantial evidence at best. You can't prove any of it.
Yeah.
If you at least had the bullet that burst the balloon, you might have a scrap of credibility. Imagine, you could have run forensics to see if it matched my gun. But no, that bullet is at the bottom of the lake. You're gonna dredge it up?
I hate to say it, but he's right. I don't have anything concrete.
I thought not. Maybe now you can shut your mouth.
Hold it!
Miss Lloyd? Of course! She could set some light on this whole situation. I just need to get her to talk.
What's the matter? So you want to say, Miss Journalist?
No, never mind.
That's what I thought.
Miss Lloyd! I need you to be brave. If you don't speak up, the truth will be lost forever. You're a journalist after all, are you not?
Dang it, I can't stay quiet any longer!
Hey, you understand what you're doing, right? I think carefully before opening a mouth of yours.
I was so focused on bagging me a scoop, I forgot the most important thing of all. Real journalists don't lie. Ain't no dang scoop if it ain't the truth. I'm sorry, Mr. Edgeworth. I should have showed you this before.
What is it?
It's the laser pointer I used on the president. But that's all I've done. I never shot nobody.
You stupid. I thought I told you squeal and you go down as an accomplice.
It was him. He told me to do it. I was at Shane Falls Embassy, sniffing out a story like I told you. This is 3 days back. He comes up to me out of the blue, just starts talking. Help me out, I'll get you exclusive access to the president. And that kind of stuff.
What about the gun in the trash can?
That I don't know nothing about, I swear it! All he's told me is to wear a jacket with a red hood and to point out that pointer at the president. I never thought for a minute it'd blow up in my face so bad. I'm sorry. Truly I am.
Thank you, Miss Lloyd. I'd like you to testify to that effect when this goes to trial. It ought to go a long way towards proving that the assassination as well, was a sham.
What's wrong, you people? Don't any of you know what's good for you?
My sympathies, Mr. Knight. Had you successfully removed me from this case as you'd intended, perhaps then you could have kept your porn quiet.
That's what you deserve.
Wow.
There we go.
So let me get this straight. You told Tabby. If you let slip about our fake assassination plot, we'll have you convicted for murder. Or something like that?
Let me get this straight. That's a hard ask in this franchise.
Of all the dirty.
Especially when it's Edgeworth in charge.
I said no such thing.
President Wang?
Keep it up, Knight. If I became clean, it's your only choice.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
Just for the Brits in the room.
President Churchill.
Good lord.
So, Mr. President, you admit it. You admit that there was a plot to fake an assassination attempt?
I do. I'm sorry.
But why? Why do something like that?
My popularity has been on the wane back home. I thought surviving an attempt in my life might give it the boost I needed.
If I had a webcam on, I'd be looking right into the camera right about now.
Yeah.
I mentioned something funny.
Yeah.
It's funny you mention that.
The name of the president, Wang, if you say it as Wang, which would make it Dutch, means cheek.
Oh.
Oh.
Which is just a curious tidbit. Especially with him constantly touching his, trying to put them back in shape.
Of course, I just need some more Botox, please. I know which it was wrong, but yes, it was a lie. All of it.
And the bullet in the vest?
Was planted ahead of time. Sorry for stealing your lines. I've been a politician for so long I forgot that sometimes you don't steal.
It's okay.
I wasn't here by anything today.
Bulletproof vest updated and organizer.
But then what was up to kill her?
A plan got out somehow. Maybe that's a brilliant plan of turning a fake assassination into a real one.
Hence the red raincoat, I suppose. It hoped to get close enough as the fake assassin to finish the job.
There is one thing I don't understand though.
Oh? And what would that be?
Why did Rogue have to die?
Yeah, why is he dead on the floor?
If the whole thing was fake, how did he wind up getting killed for real?
That's true. And therein lies the real question.
He was a fine bodyguard. The best, in fact. He may not have been a native to Zhengfa, but he was someone I could really trust.
Mr. Rook must have been really something to gain the trust of someone who'd hide from his own shadow.
Sounds like he was as trustworthy to the president as I am to you, huh, sir?
I believe that's for me to say, Detective, not you. Mr. Rook must have known about the plan too, then, correct?
Yes, Gumshoe, Edgeworth loves you too.
He wasn't aware of any specific details, no, not really. I tried to involve him, but he refused.
And you would have done well to listen to him.
This is a tragedy. Just like my daughter's name, it's tragedy. The life of a good man has been wasted.
What was so great about him anyway?
It's gone into him.
Envy.
He was just another piece on the board. That'll protect you. Nothing more.
Mr. Knight, how could you?
Who was it that actually went along with your plan, huh? Mr. President. Well, that pious coward backed down when you needed him to step the most.
I value your support too, of course. But
Look, I'm your chief bodyguard now. That's all that matters. And now that spineless fool Rook is gone, things are gonna change around here. Thanks to me, genius strategist, grandmaster, rightful leader of this team.
we are well aware of your ambitions, Knight. But doesn't this seem a little imprudent to you?
Why, my plan this time was perfect, as they always are, and as they always will be.
That's quite a statement. And a severe slip to your mask. Especially considering that your perfect plan was an abject failure.
Wait, no thanks to that buffoon Rook.
And how exactly was it Mr. Rook's fault?
If he hadn't died, the killer would never come after me. And I would have had to let you in on this plan.
Please, Mr. Knight, you mustn't talk like that.
Fine. The guy died protecting you, Mr. President. Sorry. Made myself laugh at that. I'm sure that's just what he always wanted.
But did he die protecting the president?
Wait, I thought the whole assassination thing was fake.
Oh, come on. Do I have to say everything twice? We planned a fake assassination. Somebody else came along and tried to make it real. 2 shots were fired, remember? Like you said, Edgeworth. One of them was the bullet I shot through that balloon. But the second, that wasn't me.
Oh, really? Then who did fire it?
Real assassin, but not the killer. The plan was to come after the president with a knife. No, most likely suspect here is the piece cowering quietly in the corner. A lily white queen over there.
What?
Miss Lloyd?
Again with this? I'm not your dead assassin!
Is that really true? I, for one, don't believe it. Gun in the trash can. It can only belong to you.
We're at 9:30. Do we want to do you want to call it for this week? I don't. Kay, do you know how much longer there is in this case? I can't recall.
I will double check because I think
there's still a little bit to it.
there's definitely still a little bit to it because we've got to we've got to deconstruct this whole testimony / rebuttal, whatever.
And then there's probably going to be another one afterwards as well, probably.
yeah,
Probably.
yeah. That's
No
my
way, Ace Attorney.
hunch right now. So yeah, I would Yeah, and I appreciate you checking in with me because yeah, I'm happy to help with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
You're
also,
an
it's easy,
expert
Tony.
after
When
all.
you think it's going to finish, it won't. It'll go
Yeah,
on for
you
like
Yeah.
when you think it's gonna
Yes.
finish and you should keep going, that's when you take the break.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
thing is, because if we're like on the cusp, I might say let's continue. But if we're like more than half an hour away, I'm gonna be like, nah, let's not do it.
No,
We're
that's
definitely not on the cusp. I can tell you
No.
that.
Right then,
Yeah.
that
Now's the
that'll
moment Edgeworth is going to put the case on its head.
answer my question. Div, when are you next not able to be with us?
Pardon?
When are you next not able to be with us?
My next stream after today will be the 30th
As in the 30th of
November.
November.
Oh, damn.
We're not
4
on
weeks.
next week. We're not on next week. I'm away with the family the week after that. I'm on a late shift the week after that. The week after that, I'm not working.
Okay, all right.
So yeah, I'll be gone for ages. It's fine.
It's fine. Okay, in that case,
It's fine.
all right
Miss
then.
Convoice Night.
Or someone else. So we'll find
Or
someone.
someone else.
I might even. Nah, not me. That's a terrible. That's a terrible idea.
To himself.
That's a terrible
Oh,
idea.
character.
Power
Yeah.
hour. Yeah.
Yeah, the evac power hour.
Talks to himself.
Yeah, it's a shame. We'll so yeah, we'll be back on the 16th. We're not here next week because I have guests coming around,
And I'm also
Um,
busy.
and Drifting's also away, and so is Divot. Although Divot, we've got an
No,
arrangement
I'm
with
not
Divot.
away next week.
Okay. Oh, well, that sucks.
The week after I'm away. It's just like next week you guys are all busy. So it's like, that's fine.
Mm.
I'll just have a nice day off.
Have a nice day off. Enjoy your day off then.
Yeah.
Good to
And
say.
we occasionally take little breaks every now and then. So we'll be back on the 16th to continue this case and see what Knight's Gambit really is. Let's see. I'm gonna go to the option page. No, not autoplay. I wanna get up.
I'm just hoping nothing explodes.
I'll actually be in Milton Keynes on that day.
Oh, lovely. Yes.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
No. We've never been there. We're just going to go explore.
Yeah.
Because we're down there
Enjoy
for
all the
another reason
roundabouts
else.
and enjoy all the roundabouts and straight roads and traffic lights.
I'll tell you after the stream's ended what's going on.
Okay.
That's
All
fair.
right.
Your thing.
All right then.
Did you-
I of course want to thank you, the audience, for joining us on another episode of Silly Voices Saturday. And as the normal sign off, I would like to thank the cast. Although I run the show, I couldn't do it without the cast. So I want to thank Burr.
I'm glad we're down because I need Loz in here too.
Yeah. I want to thank Divot.
See you in a month.
I want to thank Drifting.
I had a joke, but I forgot, Your Honor. Move on.
Right.
I'd like to thank Kay.
Thank you guys. I love y'all. I'll talk more about it after stream is closed.
I'd like to thank Laura Petal.
So you know how Twitch put out some guidelines recently concerning certain kinds of talks? How well do you think we've
Shush.
not crossed that line today?
Yes.
Fine.
It's fine.
Keep stum. Keep stum.
Keep stum. I'd like to thank Lemming Russ.
Thanks for having me, buddy.
And of course, I'd like to thank
Good luck, bye-bye,
Astropolis.
See y'all next time.
My name's Benny Back. Goodbye, everyone. Good night.
Bye-bye.
Also, stick around because we're going to raid into WinFW. Oh, in that case, we'll raid the Buddy Games then.